Me in history class. Wow, humanity has been through some fascinating times. I wonder if I'll ever live through major historical events. Me now. No. I want to get off this ride. It was supposed to be space travel. 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 It was supposed to be space TR. Hot take. But if you see your baby struggle through 5 hours of homework and then you get pissy because they drag their feet about doing chores, you need to reevaluate. Like, I'm not saying kids shouldn't be taught responsibility and shown how to keep their house clean. I'm just saying, maybe children get tired and frustrated too. Like, your teenager doesn't have an attitude. She's just had 7 hours of school and then came home to do 5 more hours. Then, her parents implied she was lazy because she hadn't gotten around to doing the laundry. I'd snap at you too. I don't think anything will ever validate me more than watching a group of literal brain and heart surgeons confidently walk into the conference room, only to have their leader sadly shuffle out to my office 15 minutes later and ask me to come help them with the projector. Having a 52-year-old heart surgeon say, "You're not gonna be able to fix it. Kate is the only one who can do it," is the modern day equivalent of being fed grapes on a fainting chair. Who would pay more for weed? If you're dealing to the people on the left, you'd just say $45 a gram, and they'd be like, "Yeah bro, sure dude, I got you, that's legitness, you're the man." But the people on the right you gotta finesse like, "My normal price is $15 a G, but this stuff is called cosmic throat gum squirt haze, so the lowest I can go is $50, and they'd be like, "Wow, so cultured, I can't wait to smoke this out of my Native American themed barn." Finally, some accuracy on this post. So, today as a prank I made a sheet music printout of Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball, but replaced the name with Christmas Time Meditation, and deleted the words, and I'm going to put it in the with church music, and see if the pianist notices. He noticed, and I can now add, yelled at by 2 priests at once to my list of accomplishments. That reminds me of a couple years ago when my dumbest stupid bee post was going around and someone was trying to argue with me about how unethical beekeeping for honey was, so I was like, haha, what? I don't beekeep for the honey, I throw that nasty goop out. I eat the bees. Crunchy. And I thought they were going to try and kill me in real life. The weirdest part of living through the COVID-19 pandemic is this strange mixture of normalcy and emergency that we are all experiencing. I constantly feel like I'm either over or underreacting, or really both at the exact same time. It's surreal. Same. This perfectly summed up what I've been feeling. Werewolf. Transforming. You have to go. Now. I don't want you to see me like this. Humanist/O. Don't push me away. I'm not afraid of you. Werewolf. No, I'm just really dumb as a wolf, and I don't want you to see me bark at a mirror for 2 hours. Monster imagine. Don't look at me. I'm a monster. This does not spark joy. If you record me screaming in the bathtub again, I'm gonna cry. This sparks joy. How could you hide this beautiful thing in the tags? Modnaga. Werewolf. After waking up the next morning, I'm going to kill you. Human. Is it because I threw? Werewolf. Yes. It's because you threw the stick, but really just hid it behind your back. In a stroke of art, my app chemistry teacher accidentally sent our class a picture of her cat. Some of you asked for the picture, so here it is. Some of you requested the raw data. Here you go. This is as raw as data gets. So, my boyfriend's legs are uneven, so when he walks, he tends to drift left, and my hips are twisted. I tend to drift right, so when we hold hands, we cancel out. JK, he pulls me closer to him constantly because I don't pay attention to where I'm going, and my body is dead set on making me walk off of the edge of the sidewalk. My left hand / his right hand equals cancels out mostly. I still drift a little. My right hand / his left hand equals collision course. Walks up to couple. So which one of you is the applied force vector and which one of you is the friction vector? Hang on, I gotta Google some stuff. Yeah, this is funny. I was just about to spiral into a bad panic attack and my boyfriend goes, stick an ice cube in your mouth. I'm not really sure where he got the idea and I kinda laughed at it because I didn't see how it would help, but he was insistent. So I did it. And now I'm on my second cube because it worked. He explained his reasoning to me when he got home. 1. I would initially think, what the F, and be distracted from the anxiety. Correct. 2. The cold of the ice would shock my system, bringing me back to the physical world and reality, drawing my focus to the cold in my mouth, and keep my brain away from thinking I'm panicking. I must be dying. Correct. 3. He assumed I hadn't drank much water today and wanted to keep me hydrated. Triple correct. It also forced your mouth to make saliva. When you go into fight or flight mode, non-crucial body functions stop working, so you have more energy to do what you need to do to survive or to spiral into a panic attack. By forcing yourself to make saliva, it helps calm you down. Because since fight or flight is an all or nothing response, they can't happen at the same time. Learned that from my old therapist, who would use it with veterans with PTSD. Cough drops help me a lot with mine. Almonds. Reduces the dry mouth. That goes along with anxiety and panic attacks, and also makes my airways feel a little more open when I start feeling like I can't breathe. It doesn't stop them completely, but it helps keep me functional during the day. This is a form of the distress tolerance skills I learned in DBT. The idea is that intense physical sensations can distract you and draw your mind back to the present moment. My personal favorite version of this is eating raw lemons, but that may just be because I'm addicted to the taste of lemons. Lol. We are all in the same boat. The human boat. I do find it funny that LGBT love doesn't really go with types. Like, you got the softest gentle son who wears pastels and loves poetry and then brings home this spaghetti king leather daddy by BrainyDude, or you're all straight up proud redneck family from Alabama and your loud lesbian cousin in ripped denim overalls brings over the love of her life and she's a multilingual pantsuits with hijab wearing human rights lawyer from Paris. Little kids are so creepy. Example, I have a student who kisses me on the arm every day and whispers, "There, now you'll live until tomorrow." And one day he didn't kiss me, and when he came to school the next morning, he looked genuinely surprised to see me alive. I complimented this guy's rainbow jacket the other day because I thought it was for pride, but then he bowed down to me and said, "Thank you laddie," and I saw rainbow dash on the hood of his hoodie, and I'm never gonna compliment or trust anyone again. ADHD is so funny, it's like being possessed, but with myself. Me, desperately. Can we please get something done? My inner demon, who is also me, if you like pina colada. Vanilla Rice's Twitter header shows him holding a game controller, posing triumphantly while being met with the Steam connection error message on a dual screen setup with an illegitimate copy of Windows 10. At least he's 100% on brand. Ick now. Back in my day, if a pestilence swept through the land during a time of famine and flood, it meant that the reigning kings had displeased the gods, and that we risked the gods' further ire by obeying them. Then you took the king out, chopped his head off, and threw him into a bog to appease the angry gods. That would be an interesting thing if we brought that back now. Alfredo sauce was created in 1914 by Alfredo Di Lelio in order to please his pregnant wife. He was a genius. There was once a very great American surgeon named Halsted. He was married to a nurse. He loved her immeasurably. One day Halsted noticed that his wife's hands were chapped and red when she came back from surgery, and so he invented rubber gloves for her. It is one of the great love stories in medicine. The difference between inspired medicine and uninspired medicine is love. When I met Anna, I knew I loved her to the point of invention. Sarah Earle, The Clean House. I loved her to the point of invention. Baking soda was discovered by a man. Wanted to bake a cake for his wife that was allergic to yeast. Someone invent me something, or I'll cry. We all agree, England and France suck, so we can all unite in thankfulness that England never conquered France, because then we'd have to deal with a synthesis of the two of some of the worst societies ever. Quebec. Obi-Wan cuts off so many limbs. He cuts off Darth Maul's legs. 2. He cuts off Savage Opera's arm. 1. He cuts off Grievous' hands. 2. Probably, but Grievous has so many, I lose count. He cuts off many of Anakin's limbs. 3. And so many other random people in bars have lost their limbs to Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan is a menace. Considering that he is now dead and existing as a Force ghost, one might even call him a phantom menace. Hey, no. Every night, when I tell the pup it's time for bed, he sprints to his crate and sits so politely, expectantly, even. But he's not expecting food, nor pets, nor even praise. No. He backquotes waiting to be tucked in. I forgot. One night, I was tired, and I didn't remember to wrap him in his blanket before I went upstairs. Not half an hour later, he started barking and crying, and I couldn't figure out why. But now I know. He was waiting to be tucked in. Sir, I accuse you of baby. Your guilt is confirmed. You are baby. After years of claiming introversion as a personality trait and talking about how much you love being a snuggly whittle blanket in the rain with a cup of cocoa and a book, we are finding out the internet is full of fake B who can't go 24 hours without licking the floor in a crowded bar and then sneezing on a passing octogenarian with an oxygen tank. When you inhale, the breath goes behind your eyes. Now isn't that nifty? I hope everyone is a little more informed and a little less happy for reading this. I'm actually quite aroused. My expectations are so low, they're next to dinosaur bones, and still you manage to disappoint. Me. Trying to separate the 12 Olympians into 12 distinct themes. The ancient Greeks. So Ares is the god of war, but Athena, get this, is the goddess of strategic war. Athena is just Ares with brain cells. Change my mind. Me. Hates going outside, extremely lazy, can stay home for days. The government. Try going outside as little as you can, only leave your home if it's truly necessary. Me. I need fresh air. I love nature so much, I can't stay inside for this long. I want to go on a hike. Whoever put the B in the word subtle deserves a pat on the back. And whoever put the S in the word lisp should be shunned. Fact. The person who put 3 T's in stutter is going to get their butt kicked. What about the spelling of dyslexia? Rapunzel has a whole song about what you can do while self-isolating at home. Tangled said queen of social distancing. She is the princess of Corona, literally, like that's the name of her kingdom. Corona. Corona is an island kingdom, and the birthplace of Rapunzel in Disney's 2010 animated feature film, Tangled.